Forza Horizon 5 is turning 4 years old this year. However, it is nowhere near the end of its lifespan. And as someone who has nearly 2,000 hours in the game, I figured now would be a great time to share 5 of my favorite things to do in Forza when bored, but with one twist. Each event gets more exciting than the last. So let's get right into it. Now this first one is probably my favorite thing to do on Forza, but I'm a little weird. And I understand that this is not most people's idea of fun, but I think everyone should still try it, and that is auction sniping for a rare car. Now this has an insane amount of range, and it's extremely scalable to how much time you want to spend, as there are cars in this game that will take you months of searching to find, and there are also rare cars that you can get within under an hour. Which is why I included this on the list today, is I recommend if you've never auction sniped before, go for a less rare car. Perhaps even the car that released this current week in the festival playlist, and when you do finally get that car, if you don't feel any excitement, well, you know that auction sniping is not for you. But this is a great way to complete your car collection, and if you're looking for which cars you should auction snipe for, you can go and check out your car collection and try filling it out. And how I got into it is any cars I didn't have, I would try auction sniping if they weren't readily available. But let's move on to the next. And from here, things start to pick up in excitement. Now this next one is going to seem really easy at first. And it's probably something you've subconsciously tried dozens of times in Forza, but you've actually probably never actually done it, and that is trying to land on the bridge from the stunt jump at the airport drag strip. And this is actually significantly harder than you might think, because not only do you have to be going pretty fast, but the angle you have to leave the ramp is so exact that you're gonna find yourself getting so close dozens of times without actually landing on the bridge itself. Now, of course, there are a few ways you can try this. If you want to be really hardcore and do it the hardest possible way, do it without rewinds. Reset yourself fully at the end of every jump, and this is definitely the hardest way to do it. However, if you're just looking to say that you have indeed landed on the bridge from that jump, then go ahead and rewind. Again, the point of this video is to have the most fun. So if using rewinds gives you the most fun like it does for me, go ahead and use that. Because otherwise, I don't think I would have actually been able to get the footage of me landing on the bridge because I'm just not good enough. That being said, this still took me like 45 minutes. So you're welcome. But moving on to something that is for the more skilled players, I'll say. And I did just want to throw in a quick bonus one, an extra secret thing you can do in Forza Horizon 5 to have fun, and it's checking out today's sponsor of the video. Sorry, that was mean. Here's the actual next one. But essentially, you're going to try and get 1.2 million score at the Volcano Drift Zone. Now before you ask, yes, this is entirely possible. However, it is also just incredibly hard. So if you are a ways away from getting there, set yourself a goal of 1.1 million before, as this is far more doable, but still quite a challenge. And if you do hit that, you can still work towards the 1.2. But 1.2 million should be your end score, as this is a crazy score to get for this zone. Now, of course, the car you will be using for this is the Willys Jeep, and here's the tune code on screen. With this exact tune, it is entirely possible. This car, in fact, drives better sideways than it does in a straight line, which is a little bit funny for a car. But the more time you spend doing this, the closer and closer you will get. If you need to use rewinds, again, I encourage you to use rewinds and really perfect this drift zone, because if you can tell people you have gotten a score of 1.2 million here, that is probably one of the most impressive things in all of Forza Horizon 5. And if you are one of the people that has somehow already done this, comment down below how long it took you, because that's actually insane. Now that we have just 2 left, both of these are pretty neck and neck for which one is more fun, but for number 4, I'm going to go with wheel spin car builds. Now there's a few ways you can go about this, but they all start the same, with getting an actual physical car from a wheel spin. Once you have that car, no matter what it is, you now have 2 challenges. The first challenge is by winning a drag race at any of the drag strips on above average or higher difficulty. This is one of those things that is easier said than done, as sometimes the opponents can get pretty hard and it seems like their cars can just infinitely accelerate. But it is also the more doable part of this challenge. For the second half of this challenge, you want to then take the same car and tune it to a drift build. Now, if you've never made a drift build before, that makes this even more fun, as you will have no idea what you are doing, and I feel like I've made some of my best drift builds in this game without knowing what I'm doing. Just slapping the camber on 100% or the caster and just messing things up. You will be surprised at some of the insane builds you come up with. But then, once you have something you're happy with, now try and get a score of 1 million at the Volcano Drift Zone. And if you can do this, you are truly a master drifter and tuner in Forza Horizon 5. But let's move on to the final thing to do in Forza Horizon 5 when bored, and it's actually a user-created map. Now, this is without a doubt the hardest thing on today's list today, but it is definitely the most fun and most rewarding should you somehow complete it, and it's this tower map, which has the share code on the screen right now. Now, before starting this map, it is easiest in the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento Forza edition. However, if you can't afford that car, you can also just get the Sesto Elemento and you will probably be okay. But essentially, this is a vertical tower map, and the version that I've shared has no rewinds. So you are going to have to beat this entire map in one go. And honestly, I have spent many hours on this map and only made it about 60 to 70% of the way up. However, Goosiest has actually fully completed this map on steering wheel. Now, given he was using a version of the map that has rewind, so he was able to practice much more, but he still beat it legit. At the time of making this video, less than 100 people have actually completed this map out of the tens of thousands of people that have tried it, and you are going to get very frustrated, but if you happen to be one of the people that ends up beating it, there will be no more rewarding feeling in this world. But that's gonna do it for the video today. If you guys enjoyed, let me know with a like, comment, subscribe, or even all three down below. Make sure you guys are turning on those channel notifications so you get notified every time a video goes live. As always, we'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace!